Yes guys, and welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102. Time to do a hot tip video, something I have done before, but I feel it's always good to revisit a subject, particularly if maybe, you know, the initial video got lost somewhere and someone was looking for it specifically. So this is find player keyword searches. We're going to start a quick game with just one country, and I will show you it. Now, a lot of you will already know a lot of this, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of an in-depth detail into the find keyword search. The most common one that everybody writes is the word Sedgeford, and I will just, you know, I don't want to patronise you, but from a spelling perspective, it must be a capital S-E-D-G-E-F-O-R-D. And Sedgeford essentially is, it will filter out all your free transfers with a PA of 170, I think it is. Don't quote me on this. Don't quote me. I think it's 170. So we'll just blah blah blah. So Sedgeford. Let's just do it. So we've started up a game on the this is the update. Let me remind you. This is the update. And there you see, which one have I loaded up here, actually? I've actually loaded up the April 23-24 update here. So, David De Gea's on a free transfer. This isn't the most common update, and that's good, because for the benefit of this description, David De Gea, as we know, was on a free transfer, and he would have a PA of around something higher, so he is there. Now, there are several keywords that you can put in. I've got my version patched. Okay, I've got my version patched. So basically, as I just said, the word Sedgeford filters out free transfers with a PA. I think it might even be 180, if truth be told. So this next one, no club, capitals and space in between no. This will actually bring up every player that is not registered at a club. However, I have mine patched and filtered, which brings it down to, I think, 150 or 160. I think it's 150. So PAs of 150. So Patrico Monti, he has a PA of 150. In all fairness, right, it does filter out a lot of shit. It's really good, really, for when you're playing a low tiered team. And this will Juan Mata. So there you see, we know Juan Mata would have a good PA. His CA would be fucking awful, judging by that. So no club is another one. Now, if you haven't got it patched, it will bring up stacks and stacks and stacks. Okay, so that's your no club, your Sedgeford. You've also got, and this is the most common one, your school search. School search will bring up every player in the database that's loaded up, depending on how many leagues you got selected, of course. It will bring up under 20s, under 20 years of age. However, I have mine patched to filter out all the shit, and the only things that will come up is players with a PA of 180 or less. So Endrick, as we know, Endrick might not look the bollocks there, but he has got a PA of 180, and he will be under 20 years of age. So you'll see a lot of players here, and you'll think, yeah, these are decent. And it's ironic, really, because remember that this is a year old. What I fired up here. So you look at Lenny Euro, and of course, as we know in real life, Man United bought him, albeit he got injured, and so on and so on. Now, what you've got to remember is you might get the odd player. Let's take that player here. This is a perfect example. On loan from Man United, Radik Vidic, on loan at Accrington Stanley last year, and he looks completely dog shit. But he, you know, if I looked in the saved game editor somewhere on the line or whatever, he would have a PA of at least 180. Now, that don't necessarily mean if you start a brand new game, he will be a 180. He'll be on this list again. It doesn't always work like that. There are players that will always be on it, and that is players like these guys, Euro. Certain players will always be on it because they're quality players. He will always be on it. But there are players that pop up, and from save to save. And people say, "Oh, well, he's not on my save. How come he's on your save?" You know, if I load up a game with just England and a maximum database, you'll get X amount of players. If I might load up a game with England and normal database, there'll be players not in it, and someone minimum. If I load up with England and Scotland, I'll get more, and so on and so on. And a lot of people tend to forget that. Now, in terms back to keywords, as I said, those common ones are your Sedgeford, your no club, and your school. But there are other things, and this next one is quite interesting, and you probably won't see any names on this, because I've only just set up the game. Retired. Now, retired, if you want to keep track of all the players that are retired, and then you want to make a note of those players, because you're looking at their regen, retired. Okay? I also believe retiring. Now, of course, retiring would be players that are retired. Ah, there you go. So, Joe Hart is retiring. So, at this point, let's make a note of Joe Hart. Mark down his balance, bravery, flair, keep an eye on his position, his foot, and look for his regen when he retires at the end of the season. And so on and so on. Alan McGregor. Yeah, so, you know, it's and there is another one. There's another one, and it's... I don't actually know the score on this, but it's University. It's University, Uni, and I still to this day don't know. Fuck me, look at that shit player. 47 years of age. Who the fuck's Jamie? Is that the Jamie Curtin? Was he seriously still going about? So the keyword is a really, really big tool. For me personally, having them patched is massive because, you know, as I said, you know, you filter through absolutely stacks. It really is. There are some other keywords. I know university was one of uni's one of them, but the most common ones are the ones that I've said. And hopefully, if this has helped one person, I'll be happy. That's it from me, guys. Till next time, take it easy.